Most songwriters don't lack ideas, they lack finished songs. The reason is because when you don't have any kind of accountability, it's so easy to let these things slide. I have a client that I'm working with right now, and he's got a pretty full life. He's about 40 years old, he's got 2 kids, full-time job, a partner. And one of the reasons he came to me was because he needed accountability to finish his songs. He knew that music was a part of his life that he just was not willing to let go of. He's been writing songs and been writing songs for probably 20 years at least. And as much as he's tried to ignore that calling, he just really could not ignore it anymore. So he reached out, and that was one of the things he expressed was the accountability. He likes to know that he's got something on the calendar and a little bit of skin in the game. And when I say skin in the game, I mean he's kind of putting his money where his mouth is, and he's sort of making it a little bit harder to turn his back on his commitments. So I really appreciate that. I ask you now, as a songwriter, do you have any accountability in place? Can you relate to the idea that when there's nobody to account to, it's really easy to let your music and your songs just sort of wither or fade into the background? You know, life comes up and we find reasons not to do the work of songwriting or developing our music or working on our set to perform. You know, it's so easy to make excuses for ourselves. And I know I've been there too, so I'm not casting any blame. I know what it's like to kind of ignore or what's the word? I don't know. Just not show up for something that we really feel a deep calling to do. But it is hard, right? It requires work, it requires dedication, it requires us pouring our energy into our music. But it really, really helps to have some kind of accountability. So that could look like having a songwriting partner or a songwriting group, whether it's in person, you guys meet every week, or virtually. There's a lot of songwriting groups that are online. I have one myself that I host. You might even look at getting into a mentorship or a coaching program with somebody who you meet with regularly to stay accountable, have a little bit of skin in the game. Because, you know, look at it, how things have been going so far. Have you had any accountability in the past? If not, have you gotten the kinds of results that you wanted to get? And contrasting that, if you have had accountability in the past, how has that helped you to show up and to deliver or produce or create or finish something tangible, a song, a performance? You know, and I'm willing to bet that when you had that accountability, you got a lot more done than when you didn't have it. So keep that in mind. It's really powerful to have that. It's also important too that you have some skin in the game. You know, a financial commitment makes it painful if you don't show up. You know, it makes it so that you're not going to just let it slide. Oftentimes these free groups or these free things, they're really easy to just like let fall into the cracks. So find something that you are comfortable investing in and that is regular and consistent. Usually too, it's helpful to find something that is a little bit beyond where you are. So there's a bit of an edge that you feel you're pushing towards. If it's not challenging for you, then it's not exciting. You know, we need to feel like we're growing. So find something like that. As I mentioned, I do have a songwriting community called Song Farm. I'll link to it in the bottom here, but there are there's a few that I know of that are online that are available in different parts of the world. If you want to know more about those, just leave a comment. I'll list those maybe in the description as well. And I also do coaching. Like I said, I have a client that I work with right now. It's early days, so I have quite a bit of availability right now. But if you're looking for some support, I encourage you just to book a free consultation call with me to talk about your situation and see if it makes sense to work together in some capacity. But the bottom line here is, guys, don't do this alone. If music is important to you, find something to hold you accountable so that you have to show up at least once a week. And you'll find that you get momentum that way. You'll find that you get tangible results because you have to show up. You have something in the game. You have something to lose, whether it's your money or whether it's well, I'll leave that up to you to fill in the blank. But yeah, that's really it, guys. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel if you want more kind of songwriting, coaching mindset, and general dialogue about the realities of being a songwriter and artist and how to get past some of these roadblocks. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I'll see you in the next video.